Welcome to Money Matters, your go-to podcast for financial empowerment. I'm Marcus Thompson, and today we're tackling a topic that impacts nearly everyone: credit repair. Many people feel overwhelmed, but with the right strategies, restoring your credit is entirely possible. Joining us today is Christy Mason, a renowned credit expert with a fantastic track record in helping individuals navigate this complex world. Christy, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Marcus, for having me. I'm thrilled to share some actionable insights that can genuinely make a difference. The credit landscape, especially looking into 2026, offers more avenues than many realize, and my goal is to demystify these processes for your listeners. We'll be discussing several key strategies today, starting with how to spot and leverage inconsistencies in your credit reports.
That's fantastic. You're right. The initial step often feels like the hardest. So, Christy, let's dive straight into inconsistent or inaccurate reporting. What exactly does this mean for the average consumer, and why is it so crucial for credit repair?
Absolutely, Marcus. This is often the first goldmine for effective credit repair. Most consumers don't realize that Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax are separate companies with their own databases. While they should all reflect 100% accurate information, discrepancies are incredibly common. We're talking about things like different date opened for the same account, varying payment histories. One might show late 30, another late 60, or even incorrect balances. These small inconsistencies, especially when they don't match across the three bureaus, are your leverage.
So if the information isn't identical across all three, that's a red flag. What happens then? How do you use that to your advantage?
Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, all information must be accurate and verifiable. If there are inconsistencies, the bureaus are obligated to either correct the account to reflect accurate, positive information, or if it's a negative item, like a collection, they often have to remove it completely. For negative items, removal is usually the best outcome. It's about scrutinizing every detail on your reports. You'd be surprised how often these errors exist, giving you a powerful tool to challenge negative accounts that might otherwise seem permanent.
That's a powerful first step. Now, let's talk about investigation failure, your key number 2. Many people attempt to dispute items themselves and feel like they hit a brick wall. What goes wrong, and how can consumers use a bureau's failure to investigate properly to their benefit?
This is where the law truly protects the consumer. When you dispute an item, the credit bureau must investigate it. They communicate with the creditor furnishing the data to verify its accuracy. However, a common issue is that these investigations aren't always thorough or properly documented. If a bureau claims to have investigated but can't provide you with written proof of that investigation, who they spoke with, what they looked for, what they found, within a 15-day time frame, then that constitutes an investigation failure. This failure is not just a minor oversight, it's grounds for you to demand the account's removal.
So it's not about the dispute itself being wrong, but the process of verification being flawed. This shifts the burden back onto the bureaus. Does this apply to all types of negative items?
Yes, it generally applies to any item you dispute. The key here is proactive follow-up. You initiate the dispute, wait for their response, and if they confirm accuracy, you immediately request the written proof of investigation. If they fail to provide it within the legal time frame, you have undeniable leverage to push for deletion. It's a game changer because many bureaus rely on automated systems for verification, which often can't stand up to a demand for detailed manual proof.
That's incredibly valuable for our listeners. Let's move on to key number 3, illegal reinsertion of deleted accounts. This sounds like a frustrating loop for consumers. What exactly is reinsertion, and how can we use it to solidify deletions?
Illegal reinsertion occurs when a negative account is successfully deleted from your credit report, only to reappear later. The Fair Credit Reporting Act is very clear. If a deleted item is placed back onto your report, the credit bureau must notify you in writing within 15 days, explaining why it was reinserted and providing verification. In most cases, consumers never receive this notification. This failure to notify properly creates new grounds for removal. It highlights a shaky verification process on the bureau's part and gives you significant leverage.
So if an item reappears without that explicit notification, it's automatically disputable and likely removable?
Precisely. And it's not just about the notification. Many times, items claimed as fraud are blocked rather than truly deleted.
This means they can reappear if the fraud report is challenged. A true deletion means the item is permanently gone. If it comes back and you weren't given proper notice, you can challenge it again with even stronger legal standing. This method empowers you to close the loop on persistent negative items and prevent them from undermining your credit improvement efforts.
Christy, these strategies are eye-opening. For our final key insight, let's talk about secondary credit reporting agencies. Most people only know about Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Who are these secondary agencies and why are they so crucial to the credit repair process?
This is a concept often overlooked, but it's vital. Beyond the big three, there are hundreds of specialty reporting agencies, like NCTUE for telecommunication and utility accounts, or others for medical debt, collections, bankruptcies, and student loans. These secondary agencies often supply data to the main credit bureaus. If there are errors in your main credit reports, those inaccuracies often originate from conflicting data at the source, these specialty agencies. By identifying errors within these secondary reports and challenging them at the data source level, you can proactively fix inaccuracies that impact what appears on your main credit reports. It's an entire data ecosystem, not just three companies.
So instead of just fixing the symptom, you're going after the root cause of the error. That makes perfect sense for a more permanent solution.
Exactly. You're leveraging the fact that these agencies supply the data. If their data is flawed or inconsistent, challenging them directly can expedite removal or correction not just from their reports, but often from the major bureaus as well. It's about a comprehensive, multi-pronged approach that goes beyond the obvious, giving you a much stronger hand in restoring your credit.
Christy, this has been an incredibly insightful discussion. We've covered how inconsistent reporting, investigation failures, illegal reinsertion of deleted accounts, and challenging secondary reporting agencies can all be leveraged for effective credit repair. For anyone feeling stuck or unsure where to start, these keys offer clear, actionable pathways.
My pleasure, Marcus. The main takeaway for your listeners is that credit repair isn't about magic. It's about understanding and utilizing your rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Being diligent in checking your reports, identifying discrepancies, and knowing the legal obligations of the credit bureaus and data furnishers puts you in a powerful position. It takes time and persistence, but the strategies we've discussed today are designed to give consumers the tools they need for successful credit restoration and to build a stronger financial future.
Excellent advice, Christy. It's truly about empowerment through knowledge. Thank you again for sharing your expertise with Money Matters. To our listeners, remember that proactively managing your credit can open doors to better financial opportunities. We encourage you to review your credit reports regularly and apply these strategies to secure your financial well-being.